Few will have the greatness to bend history, but each of us can work to change a small portion of the event, and in the total, all of these acts will be written in the history of this generation.
Many of our country's most brilliant endeavors started with a dream, a vision, and entrepreneurial spirit. For Arthur Keiser, a man on a mission, it was his belief that we must do better for America's students. And as they say, the rest is history.
Actually, it was in 1977. We were just dreaming. It was more of a dreaming kind of process. And then I went to New York, and my mom was up there with my sister and brother. We said, well, let's try to figure this thing out. I still have the papers today where we sat down all the things we need to run a school. We spread it all out, and we said, let's do it.
So my father and I drove over to the Keiser school and met with Mrs. Keiser and Dr. Keiser. We really, really valued their philosophy and their passion for education.
So I signed up for the medical assistance program and enrolled at that point.
The first day, she was late.
I came running into school. I was about 15 minutes, 20 minutes late.
And she dashed in. Oh, I'm so sorry, what will the class say? I said, don't worry about it, you are the class.
It has been said that the world needs dreamers and doers, but more importantly, the world needs dreamers that do.
When I first met Art, my husband, and he had just opened the campus about 5 years ago with his mom, I think the thing that I really noticed the most was how hard he worked and how much he cared, and the passion that he had for what he was doing, serving students. He always had a really great sense of humor, and of course, I thought he was a little cute. Having been married to Art for 30 years, I can honestly say that I really value the fact that he knows how to make a commitment. And I hope that Robert will be the same kind of man. Whether it's in his personal life or his professional life, you can really count on Art's word. The second thing about him is his just great sense of humor. He can take a difficult situation and make it better because he approaches it with a sense of humor. And then I think the third thing is just his passion for his work. I believe that every day that Art comes to work, he comes with the thought of serving the students and bringing the university forward, and the commitment that he's made for everyone there.
While being involved in the school industry, my father has taught me a number of things. First and foremost, when dealing with students, there's a mentorship aspect and there's also a serving their needs aspect. In regards to serving their needs, students have a variety of needs so that they can pursue their academic education but also advance in their careers in the future. So therefore, you need to have the career services, you also need the student services, and that personal relationship with the students to know what they need and what they will need in the future so that the university can better serve them. Second, the student also needs a mentorship aspect, so the university needs to be there to ensure that the student is doing what they need to do to graduate and pursue a favorable career in the future. The values and characteristics that I would like to emulate in my father when I embark on my own professional career are honesty and integrity and the value he puts on commitments. In terms of characteristics, I hope to be as visionary as he is. He has an incredible ability to see into the future and see the needs of the market and the students. And I just hope that I can do just half of that.
I have been with the university since 1979. The student has always been first. We have always done whatever we could for our students, and this is just another step in order to help the community and the state and our country to achieve all that we can possibly give to our students.
Keiser University's legacy of learning has continued for nearly 40 years. Beginning as the Keiser School, then the Keiser Institute of Technology, Keiser College, and ultimately Keiser University.
My name is David Hubbard, and I'm the president of the Orlando campus. And I've been with Keiser in just a couple months, will make 25 years. I started with Keiser as an employee of the Melbourne campus, which was the second campus, when we opened it in 1989. I stayed with the Melbourne campus for several years until we opened the Daytona Beach campus. After coming back to Melbourne, I asked for the opportunity to become the startup president for the Orlando campus. So I did that in 2002. I came on site and our first students were started in 2003. And here we are about 10 years later and change. And it is the third largest of our ground-based campuses. I believe I first met Dr. Keiser, then Mr. Keiser, in 1989, and he's the gentleman that gave me my shot, gave me my opportunity in education with Keiser School, later Keiser College, now Keiser University. I remember still to this day that one of the things that Dr. Keiser instilled in me was, if we take care of the students, then if we do the right thing for the students, we'll always do the right thing for the university. But if you start off thinking you're doing the right thing for the university, sometimes you're not necessarily always going to do the right thing for the students. So our concept today, for me 25 years later, is students first. That hasn't changed.
From one student in 1977 to 20,000 students today, and offering over 90 associate through doctoral degrees, Keiser University is regionally accredited by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools as a Level 6 institution, which includes multiple doctoral level programs with an emphasis on research as a major component. The philosophy and mission have remained constant, serving students first and providing a quality career-focused education to motivated students. In February, a short few months, I'll be with Keiser University for 19 years. When I started with Dr. Keiser, we had 3 campuses and 740 students. Today, we have 15 campuses with over 20,000 students. We have a philosophy of students first. I have the pleasure of having the office right next door to Dr. Keiser. Dr. Keiser will take any phone call from any student at any time. We are proud of what we have built for the last almost 40 years. Dr. Keiser, with his vision, his entrepreneurial spirit, led the way.
You know, the really cool thing about going to Keiser University as a student was I was able to work around my busy schedule. Here at the Chamber of Commerce, I put in about 50 hours a week, and going through an accelerated program is pretty time consuming, but I was able to do it because the school was very flexible. Also, Keiser University has been extraordinarily involved in our community, sponsoring seminars, women's power networking events, and things like that. They continue to give back to our community. And going through the MBA program at Keiser University, I really got a sense of accomplishment. It really improved my writing skills, my communication skills in general, and my confidence in my skills, my confidence in my abilities to be a better steward of our community. Dr. Keiser, thank you for that opportunity. Thank you for bringing Keiser University to Fort Myers.
Demonstrating its unwavering commitment to quality and accountability, Keiser University has been listed in the prestigious U.S. News and World Report Top 100 annual ranking of regional colleges in the South for the past 2 years. Community College Weekly magazine also recognized Keiser University for its graduation of students in fields critical to Florida and the nation's economy.
Hi. I first met Dr. Keiser 31 years ago. I was president of the National Association of Trade and Technical Schools, and one of the staff members came up to me when we were trying to have one of our first Hill Days and said, "You've got to meet this young guy from Florida." He says, "You can't believe him. He's been going around to all these congressional offices. He's done 3 times as much as anybody else. Come on, you got to go meet him." Well, that guy was Dr. Art Keiser, and after 31 years, he's kept it up and expanded what he's done at that time my hat's off to Art Keiser and his team and all they've accomplished for the industry. And for that reason alone, he should be recognized for his contributions. But beyond that, he's been a great leader on the accrediting side and on the industry side of our organization. We appreciate your contribution, Dr. Keiser, and your great critical thinking, your great leadership skills, your contribution to the industry, your leadership in the political arena, and in pulling for all our schools and our students is greatly appreciated. Thank you.
I started at Keiser in 2006 in the Associated Science and Nursing program. I graduated in 2008, and I went back to school because it was time. I always knew I wanted to be a nurse, and my children were starting to grow up, and I wanted to start my career when my daughter started school. Keiser students are always the best students, and I always say that as working as a nurse, I always love to precept a Keiser student because they go in with a level of confidence and with a level of knowledge that most other schools don't provide. The family atmosphere and the ability to go to not just your instructors but to the supportive staff at the school has been very nice, and they're known for providing that sort of family environment that a student needs, especially an adult learner needs.
We have been so fortunate to find a partner in Keiser that is willing and able and anxious to help meet that moral commitment side.
As a member of ICUF, the Independent Colleges and University of Florida, Keiser University is the second largest in terms of student body, serves the second most Florida residents, and the second most members of the military students and their families. The university is considered vital to the economic fabric of the state and the communities in which its 15 Florida campuses are located. With an annual economic impact of $3 billion and nearly 40,000 jobs directly and indirectly by its operations. If all of Keiser University's campuses were fixated in the same location, the university would rival the size and scope of some of Florida's most premier state universities.
And to have a university like Keiser to be in our community means much to us.
Hello, my name's Greg Wallach. I'm chairman of the Board of Trustees for Keiser University. And I've known Dr. Keiser for a little over 12 years. And during that time, I've been able to watch Keiser University grow to the second largest private institution in the state of Florida. Isn't that an amazing accomplishment? One thing that I just love about Dr. Keiser and Belinda is the way they just give back. They are two of the most generous people I've ever run into, whether it's giving back money, whether it's giving back time, whether it's giving back serving in some leadership capacity in some sort of association or whatever. These people are not bashful about getting involved and giving back to what has allowed them to enjoy the life that they've had.
Inherent in Keiser University's mission is service to the community, and that responsibility extends as an expectation of our students, faculty, and staff. That example is set by Dr. Arthur Keiser, the Keiser family, the Board of Trustees, and many of Keiser University's management, staff, and faculty. And the university participates in countless hours of volunteerism and collection of resources in support of charitable organizations, including military-specific causes such as the Wounded Warrior Project and Operation Homefront, and healthcare causes including the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, Autism Speaks, Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Foundation, the American Red Cross, and many, many more. Keiser University recently established the Keiser Mills Foundation, dedicated to providing global service and scholarship opportunities to students seeking international exchange, leadership in professional development, and entrepreneurship experiences to complement their education. Keiser University also provides over $20 million in annual needs-based and academic scholarships for deserving students.
And I thank my mother for also encouraging me, because I am somebody, and I thank you and I love you for that. Thank you so much.
Many shared Dr. Keiser's vision and culture of students first, and a culture which promotes learning grows.
Thank you for coming. My name is Rolando Espinesco. I'm an alumni graduate from Keiser University. So I started my quest to finish my Associates of Arts degree in Criminal Justice back in 1990. So I started to peruse and I found a college called Keiser College. And for the minute I made that phone call, I think within the week or two I was already enrolled in my first class at Keiser College. During my master's degree towards the end, my mother fell ill. Matter of fact, she was on her deathbed. Dr. Sherry Olson was my academic advisor and teacher, and I was in the middle of my thesis, and my mother was on life support, and they put a monitor in her room, and I graduated and got my master's degree, and she saw me at least walk across stage, and she passed away. I owe my achievements for being in the position that I am to Keiser University, beginning with the Chancellor, Mama Keiser, Belinda, and the whole KU staff. As a working professional, don't ever think about that there's not a chance for you to obtain a degree and higher and enhance your education in the field that you want.
Keiser College, Florida's leading career-focused post-secondary school, has become a university, beginning with new MBA programs at select campuses. Regionally accredited by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, Keiser University has successfully made the transition from a career college system to a career university, and will continue to dramatically and positively impact students' lives by teaching careers while expanding its curriculum and opportunities for higher education. For decades, our enduring philosophy has been students first, and Keiser University will continue to offer degrees in high demand and contribute to the economic and workforce development needs of Florida and our nation. Celebrating 30 years in career-focused education, Keiser has become a university serving more than 10,000 students at 16 campuses, including the online campus and cooperative agreements in Beijing, China, and Moldova. Approximately 10% of the Keiser University population study online and internationally. Keiser University, established by the Keiser family, will continue its long-recognized tradition of family values and high academic and ethical standards. Our dress code, attendance policy, internships, practical hands-on training, and faculty selected for their academic and industry experience prepare students for their chosen careers.
The culture that Keiser College is trying to create is to prepare our students for the job market. And that means that our students have a dress code and that they have to be on time. The gentlemen in our school have to wear ties, shirt and ties. The women have to wear professional dress. Our medical programs have scrubs. And that's all a part of teaching good work ethics.
Accountability and results drive our efforts as Keiser University maintains an average overall placement rate of 94% and pre- and post-testing evaluates and measures student learning. The belief that the needs of the students are first continues as the same priority today as it did when Keiser School first opened in 1977. 30 years ago, as Terry Vitable enrolled as our first and only student at the time.
And when I got to the college, I met with Evelyn Keiser and Art Keiser, and they explained a little bit about the program, the medical assistance program, and they were very warm and friendly people.
Actually, it was in 1977. We started the process. We talked about it all summer long. We said, well, let's try to figure this thing out. I still have the papers today where we sat down all the things we need to run a school. And we sat down at my sister's kitchen table and we spread it all out and we said, let's do it.
And you got a genuine feeling that they really cared about the students and the program that they were about to embark upon. So I signed up for the medical assistance program and enrolled at that point.
The first day, she was late, and that was our only student. And she dashed in, "Oh, I'm so sorry, what will the class say?" I said, "Don't worry about it, you are the class."
Serving an adult student population, Keiser University allows the students to achieve their professional career goals in diverse high-demand and high-tech degree fields, including business, nursing, and other medical fields, IT, graphic design, and culinary arts. In addition to the graduate MBA programs, Keiser offers baccalaureate degrees in 16 high-demand fields and over 30 associate degree programs throughout the state. Keiser University, accredited by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, is governed by an independent board of governors and managed by the Office of the Chancellor and campus-based university presidents, deans, and management teams. The growth of Keiser University is largely due to the student-centered approach and the unique delivery of the degree programs. Students take one class at a time for 1 month at a time, allowing them to better manage their personal time for parenting, work, and study. Small class sizes ensure personalized attention, practical training, and accessibility to instructors.
Well, one of the things I loved most about Keiser College is the individual attention I got from my teacher. Instead of going into a college room with 50 or 60 people, you get individual attention from each teacher. He knows your work, he knows when you're not doing up to par, and he'll sit there and talk to you, and it really helps you learn. I've been published 35 times. I've had 8 national best-selling stories. 2 have become #1 on the New York Times bestsellers list.
More than 89% of Keiser students are Florida residents. The university services a predominantly adult student population, with 60% of the students aged 25 or older, and 76% working full or part-time while attending classes. 70% of the Keiser University student body population are women. Keiser works closely with community leaders and investing in local growth and economic progress of our state. Last year, 94% of our graduates remained in Florida upon completion of their college degree.
I'm Joe Hollis. I'm with the Jacob Schwerter Company. We do operations and maintenance support for both unmanned vehicles on the Cape. We're very excited about what Keiser has brought to our training program at the Cape. It's a win-win.
Our commitment to our community, charitable giving, and employer partnerships is the basis of our students' success beyond the classroom. Our graduates typically stay in Florida serving as citizens, employees, employers, taxpayers, community leaders, and as volunteers being of service to their local communities.
We believe that as Florida continues to grow, that we're going to continue to need to be a part of all the communities that we serve. And when you have a qualified workforce that has the work ethic, the discipline, but the heart to make a difference, then Florida is stronger. Our students have the talent and the leadership skills to join forces with others to really make Florida the leading state economically and also in terms of education. So tomorrow, our future is better because our students and our communities care.
Keiser University will continue to evolve as an institution, meeting the ever-changing needs of the students by preparing them for professional careers that meet the demands of Florida's economic development and workforce challenges, with degrees and the professionalism for the careers that contribute to Florida's growth. Together, working hand in hand, building the future of Florida as the #1 state in the nation.
My job every day is helping people become successful. And the funny part is that that's exactly what they do at Keiser University. You know, Keiser University opened some doors for me. It created a new level of respect that I really didn't experience before. I don't think I would have had these opportunities had I not gone and gotten my MBA at Keiser University.
Unfortunately, a tough circumstance for so many. Some people perhaps considering going back to school to polish their skills and their resume. Vice Chancellor of Keiser University, Belinda Keiser, is here to explain what you can expect. Also, I guess the benefits to going back, because it's got to be hard for someone who's either unemployed or underemployed. So tell me why it makes sense for people to go back, because it really does.
It really does make a lot of sense because studies show that your earning potential really increases with each degree you achieve. So in fact, baccalaureate degrees on average 2.1 million over your lifetime, and for a two-year degree something like 1.2 million. So even though it's a challenge, and as we had mentioned before, most of our students are adult learners, so they're juggling many responsibilities, perhaps a job, perhaps family, but lifelong learning is truly what our world is now about, and so there are many different options for you as an adult learner to pursue something of real interest to you.
So there's also that potential for kind of bettering yourself. Maybe you do have a job, but you want to expand your knowledge base, maybe go for that higher position. You're also going to help people with that training. I mean, going back to school is going to help you get those tools.
Exactly right. At Keiser University, we offer 60 different types of degrees in allied health, business, also in culinary and paralegal. I think what really matters is finding the right degree for you, or what program, and then what sort of delivery. We offer online, and a lot of our adult learners are actually pursuing a master's degree or even their first baccalaureate degree online, about 15% of our students. So to your point, with all the responsibility and other things and the challenges in the job market, that can be a good option.
Well, it was really hard. You know, I actually did my undergrad degree while I was working full-time, and it was hard to find good classes that were offered at night, and I know you're making it very easy for people to have access to that. So how is it easy? You know, you have the evening classes, you perhaps have the option of taking one class at a time. These are all things to make it easier for people, right?
Well, exactly. And when we say easier, to work into your life and all your responsibilities. Yes. You know, we're level 5 SACS accredited institution, which means that we have the same accreditation as the state university system, except that we're not a research institution. So we do cater to the working adult. So how does someone pursue a degree if, for example, you're working? You can take your entire degree in the evening, or you can take it during the day, or you can take it online. And the one class at a time is one of the things our students tell us that they love.
I love that concept.
And it would have helped both of us since we both worked while we went to school.
Oh my gosh. So is there a certain field that you're seeing people migrate towards at this point? Any trends that you're noticing at the university level?
That's a great question, and actually there is. We like to say that the big frontier is online because it opens up so many venues, but allied health is really one of the fastest growing. We just found out recently that we are the second largest producer of nurses in the state, and we're the #1 producer of allied health degrees in applied sciences, health-related sciences. So to your question, if you are struggling with what your next step is, I would say to someone, you know, have the confidence and start looking around at trends. Allied health is really one of the fastest growing occupations. As a matter of fact, and Sherry, I was surprised by this, by 2025 we will need 50,000 nurses in the state of Florida alone.
Oh my gosh, and we're just about out of time, but I wanted to quickly mention that you are now, you're not-for-profit. What exactly does that mean to the student going to school or for our viewers?
Well, after 34 years of being in Florida, we are homegrown, 20,000 students. It means that Keiser University is basically owned by the community. We're a not-for-profit, and we're looking forward to continuing a long-term legacy serving students and employees in the state of Florida. So it's an exciting transition for our family, and we would love to invite you out anytime at any of our campuses, any of our 15 campuses in the state of Florida.
It was such a pleasure to have you, and I hope people at
Sherry.
home too can realize this could potentially make a big difference for you. For more information or tips, you can visit keiseruniversity.edu.
I'm Ryan Bushy. I'm a video motion graphics coordinator for the Tampa Bay Lightning, Tampa Bay Storm, and the Tampa Bay Times 4. This is an amazing place to work. Being able to interact with all the fans, it's just awesome. The coolest thing I've been able to work on, I designed graphics for the ice. Keiser provided me with some significant real-world experience. I felt like I mattered. I felt like I wasn't just another number in the system. It doesn't get better than that. I'm Ryan Bushy, and this is my Keiser University.
In a world where one eagle decides to take matters into his own hands to make a difference in a student's life and to enhance his car, he takes one chance, one opportunity to go to the keiseruniversity.edu/license plate form and in 30 seconds become a part of the Keiser legacy. Join us as we unite and soar with Keiser University. Get your license plate today. Go KU.
Hi Keiser students and alumni, this is Dr. Neil Isaac from the Student Services Department. I'm holding something that's very valuable to all of us. It's the Keiser license plate. Wouldn't it be wonderful seeing this all over the roadways? The good news is if you purchase one of these, it will help our students have scholarships. And so the money goes toward the Keiser Mills Foundation. It's a wonderful thing to have. I'm getting ready to put mine on my car right now.
It is very difficult to get into a cardiovascular ICU. I think this is a testament to the quality of education provided by Keiser University to even be considered for this position as a recent graduate. The hands-on learning definitely has helped me in my real-world practice. My name is Daniel Hargrove. I'm currently a registered nurse at one of the largest hospitals in Florida. I was able to get into this position because of Keiser University.
Being part of Keiser University means that you are part of a family that will be with you the rest of your life. Congratulations on making such an important commitment to yourself and to your future.